Okay, so on today's menu, we have a Korean inspired cheesesteak with fries. I'm not gonna say Philly before the Philly people lose their fucking mind, but and what is making this Korean inspired, you ask? Okay, so we're gonna start by prepping our vegetables. So I'm cutting up some bell peppers and then we're also gonna cut up some carrots. So I'm just thinly slicing it here and then kind of matchsticking it. By matchstick, I mean the shape. I'm also eating carrots as I go along. Then you want to mince up some garlic and then slice some onions as well. For the fries, we're just gonna peel and cut our potato into fry shapes and then soak it in ice water. I didn't have ice, so I just soaked it in water. So we're gonna make a sauce that's gonna get poured over the meat and the vegetables as it's cooking. So I've got my gochujang here. We're gonna do a big heaping spoonful of this. For the honey, I would do like a tablespoon of this, but honestly, I'm probably gonna use most of whatever I have. And then about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now we're gonna get started cooking our meat. So we're just gonna place the ground beef. Yes, I use ground beef and I just seasoned it with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. We're just gonna cook it down and then take some of the liquid out with a paper towel. I didn't remove all the liquid just because I wanted it to help the vegetables cook down a bit. And the vegetables I also seasoned with just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And then at this point, I removed all of the excess liquid and then added in our kimchi and garlic to saute for a few minutes. After cooking the kimchi down for a few minutes, we're just gonna mix it in with everything else and then add in our sauce and give that a stir. You just want to make sure everything is really well combined. At this point, you want to start on your fries again, so you're just going to drain out the water and then pat it dry, then add it to a bowl with your seasoning. So I'm just adding in oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika for some color, and then mixing that in. And then I air fried it. Now we're going to make a sauce for the sandwich, so I'm just adding mayo into that container that had our gochujang mix. And then I'm toasting our bread, and then we're spreading that onto the bread. Okay, so for the best part, we're just adding in our ground beef mixture and then covering it with provolone cheese and then covering that with the lid so that it melts. And then we're going to put it onto our sandwich. And then the way I garnished it is I just garnished it with green onion and sesame seeds. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it looks so beautiful. And yeah. Mm. If there's one thing I've ever made that you need to make, it's this.